Charlene Nadine Motshego was born 22 years ago without cancer. But when she was diagnosed with the life-threatening condition in 2013, at the age of 16, her life took an unprecedented turn.
My name is Charlene Nadine Motshego. I'm 22 years old and I'm a two-time bone cancer survivor. At the age of 16, a table fell on my leg at school, on my left leg, and it started swelling up. I didn't think that much about it because I just thought it was a little accident that happened at school. It started getting concerning when I started swelling up and I wouldn't be able to bend or straighten my leg. That's when we started going to the doctor. The doctor then said to me I had torn my muscle and blood was pouring into my leg and it dried up. That is why I wasn't able to bend and extend my leg. But he started getting more concerned when I started having a lot of symptoms which aligned with cancer, such as losing weight, throwing up and losing my hair, and my leg would swell up to a point where it was really big and it started concerning him. He then started doing a lot of tests, but those tests didn't show anything definite, so he wanted to do an x-ray. After an x-ray was done, it revealed that I had a black mass under my knee. That is when he referred me to Gaborone Private Hospital to go and see an oncologist there as to find out what was going on with my leg. When we got there, I was taken for a CT scan, and after the CT scan was taken, the doctor diagnosed me with giant cell bone tumor cancer stage 2. I was 16 and I didn't believe what he was telling me, because how can I be 16 and be diagnosed with cancer? Whereas I thought it was associated with old people and white people and people older than me, but I still didn't accept it, even after I was told that an operation was booked for me the next day to remove the tumor. The tumor was removed and it weighed 5 kg. It had eaten my femur bone, which is the long bone under my knee, and cement was poured into that area to at least help me to walk around. I didn't go through radiation and chemotherapy because I was still young. Plus my cancer was a type of cancer that is aggressive and doesn't really work with radiation and chemo. I was put on oral treatment for 3 months, which after I was told that my cancer would only come back after 3 years. But that wasn't the case with me. My giant cell bone tumor cancer came back after 3 months after my 17th birthday. I was in a lot of pain and my symptoms were the same. So when we went back to the hospital, a part of me had already concluded that maybe I was sick all over again, but another part of me didn't want to believe that, because how could I get cancer and then get it again? But after an MRI was taken, it was revealed that I had 4 tumors in my leg. One was measuring 10 centimeters, the other was 7, and the 2 were 5. All of these tumors were underneath my cement, pushing my cement up out of my body so that the tumors could move and eat the bone that was in my body. The doctor then told me that my cancer was very aggressive and diagnosed it at stage 3, and he told me there's nothing he could do to help me, because at that point I wasn't on medical aid and he needed 48,000 to operate me again, and we had no money.
As Charlene's condition deteriorated, so did her hope of ever regaining her health. So desperate was her situation that she even considered committing suicide.
I hit rock bottom at age 17. I was at home. I didn't know what to do. I considered ending my life, but all the ideas I came up with, I couldn't follow them through. So we ended up going to Marina. When we got there, they told me that they couldn't do anything to help me because they don't know how to help people with that type of cancer, and it was the first time they saw such an aggressive bone cancer ever. So they just put me on a waiting list and told me just to hope for the best. 6 months after, they told me that they found a hospital in Pretoria that could help me, whereby they would be operating me to take out my bone, all my bones in my leg, and replace them with a metal. The operation costed around 50,000 rand, and the Ministry of Health was able to pay for my first operation. I went to South Africa on the 25th of April 2015, and a metal prosthesis was put into my leg. My knee was removed, my femur bone was removed, and it's been replaced with a metal. From that date, I had been put on oral treatment also because of GCT cannot work well with radiation and chemotherapy. So I was on oral treatment for 6 months, which the treatment I had to take and then sit in an upright position for an hour. I didn't have to move or talk or do anything. I had to sit in that position for an hour until the medication worked well with my body. I started going through remission, and my cancer was finally cleared that year in September. I started having complications with my prosthesis a couple of months after my operation because I started going for physio, but it seemed as if my body was rejecting everything I tried to do. So my walking ability started decreasing. I moved from being able to walk on my own to using 2 crutches to using a wheelchair in a matter of 8 months, which really broke me spiritually and emotionally because I put so much effort in trying to get better, but everything I tried to do wouldn't work out, and it really broke my heart. Last year, I was told that my legs started changing color and I wasn't able to go to school as I usually was, and I had a lot of pain. I started vomiting, so I thought that my cancer was back. But then when I went to Marina, they told me that my body was rejecting the metal. So I was having something called, it's some big medical term where your body just doesn't work well with whatever's been put inside of you. So your muscles, your tendons, your veins just start collapsing in your body because they do not want to work with what's going on inside of you.
Last July, she was booked for an operation which she could not undergo as she did not have the funds to pay for it. Her initial application for government funding was turned down. But when the application was approved at the second attempt, there was renewed hope towards her road to recovery.
I lost hope last year that anything would work out. I even considered amputation because I couldn't live with the pain that I was going through because I had constant leg pain, constant back pain. I couldn't walk long distances. My hands would come out blisters because of my crutches. So I really thought that amputation would be the best option for me. But then when I went back, because I didn't give up on trying to get better, when I went back and applied again, they were able to accept my application. So this year, on the 27th of April, it will be 5 years of me being cancer free. So I just wanted the country to know my story so that a child out there who is probably 13 years old and going through the same thing I went through should feel as if they're not alone, because this type of cancer only occurs in teenagers and only occurs in your long bones, which is your arms, your legs, your hips and your spine. So it's a very rare cancer that it only occurs in 1 out of 1,000 people, and I was that one. I won't say unlucky. I was that one lucky person to get it, because I feel as if getting the cancer made me appreciate life more, made me realize that you can lose your life in the blink of an eye, and there's a lot of things that we go through as people that we think can break us down and you just want to give up in life. But I just wanted to be that light and that hope that you can go through a lot of things. And I went through cancer twice in a matter of 3 months. So if I was able to go through such a thing and beat it, and I'm still here and I'm still alive and I'm still fighting to be healthy and happy, then you can also do the same thing.
Now, instead of sitting back and becoming an object of pity, Charlene has decided to champion the cause against cancer through her social media campaign called Diary of a Cancer Survivor, where she inspires others living with the condition to embrace life and hang on to hope.
There's an initiative that I started called Diary of a Cancer Survivor. This is an initiative or a campaign whereby I post daily on Facebook, on my Facebook page, about my challenges, about my lessons, about my accomplishments, and just trying to motivate people that having cancer or having any other type of disease or any obstacle in your life does not mean that it's the end of your life. Through my social media advertising or social media motivating, I am able to also motivate people at schools, mostly secondary schools and junior schools in Muchudi. I haven't started in Gaborone because it's like kind of far, but I motivate in Muchudi. I also motivate at Avani. We had a launch of a campaign called Scars where I was one of the speakers there. So through my motivation, I'm able to touch a lot of lives and get the word out that cancer is not a death sentence. Cancer does not have to rule your life. I don't let cancer define me. So I like telling people about it. I don't like keeping it a secret that I had cancer. I have to talk about it so that at least somebody out there who's going through the same thing knows that they're not alone, and knows that talking about it does not mean it comes with a lot of people looking at you in a certain way. Yes, that happens because there's that stigma about cancer in Botswana, that it's something we don't talk about, it's something that doesn't happen in the youth, it's something that you have to only tell your family because it's associated with witchcraft. But then I want to end that stigma and start up a new thing that we have to talk about cancer, because there's people who are really suffering out there more than I am, that really need help and they don't know where to run to. So Diary of a Cancer Survivor is just an initiative and a campaign whereby every month we want to at least identify one child who has a certain type of cancer that's associated with that certain type of month, and try to raise funds for that child, or just to make them feel comfortable about talking about their story, and that at least by the end of that month we know that we've helped that child either with grocery baskets or just anything to help them live and deal with the cancer. So Diary of a Cancer Survivor is on Facebook. It's under the page called A Little Loved Princess of Hope, whereby we do the same thing every week. We post about symptoms of cancer so that you can at least look at them and try and figure out if you have one of those. And then if you have any other problems, either social, emotional, or medical problems, I help by answering. I try to answer all of the messages because there are a lot. I try to answer them as quickly as I can. So I help motivate people through Facebook, and it's going really well.
The cancer has, however, not taken away Charlene's confidence and ability to take care of herself and to participate in the daily household chores.
With my daily life, a lot has changed, yes, but I found ways around doing the things that I used to do. For example, cleaning. I can't mop at all because water and I don't go along well. I'd slip while mopping. So with sweeping, I'd sweep and then I'd have to stop for a certain moment to breathe because I get tired very quickly because I can't stand for too long. So sweeping, I can do that around the house. With washing, we have a washing machine, so I put all the stuff into the washing machine and then take them out, then rinse them in the bathtub. So I'd sit on the bathtub to rinse inside the bathtub and then put them in a bucket, and then have one of my siblings carry the bucket for me outside because I can't carry a heavy load. With cooking, I can cook, but I have to sit while I'm cooking. So I'd take the pan, if for example I'm making eggs or pancakes, I take the pan off of the stove and put it near me and pour whatever I have to pour into the pan and then put it back onto the stove because I can't stand for too long. With doing the dishes, I do the same thing. I sit and then I do the dishes. So a lot hasn't changed around my daily life. I've just found different ways of doing it. Also with bathing, my parents have done this thing with bricks around the bathtub where I can't get into the bathtub by standing. I have to sit and then turn my way into the bathtub. Same thing with my bed. It was too high at some point where I couldn't get on or get off of it, so it's been made a bit lower. So a lot of things I can still do, but the things I can't do, like I can't run, I can't jump, but I've found ways around it. With swimming also, I can't swim, so I just walk around in the swimming pool, just to make myself feel as if my life hasn't ended, because it hasn't. I can do other things, but just in a different way from other people. With stairs also, I can't walk up and down stairs without putting both of my feet on the stairs. So I'm mostly slow on stairs if there's somebody behind me or somebody in front of me. So I put one foot, and one foot in order to do that. So there's a lot of things I've found ways around, but I can still do them.
Charlene's family have been her source of strength and a great support system in her road to recovery.
My name is Julie Motsewe, and I am Charlene Motsewe's sister. And when it gets cold, I tend to make her I tend to make her tea so that she can get warm and stuff. And how it affected me, I was sad at first, but then I got used to it. Yeah, I got used to it.
My name is Jason Motsewe. I'm Shaline's big brother, and how it affected me of her getting ill, I felt really bad for her. Like, it really hurt me to see her suffering like this. And I help her a lot by when she needs someone who can be there for her in hard times when she's going through an emotional breakdown. Like, I encourage her to just be happy all the time.
My name is Petronella Motsewe. I'm Charlene's mother. She's my second born. When she got the tumor, it was a surprise to us and a shock. And as a family, as her parents, we put our heads together and we prayed. We put God first, and we told ourselves that everything happens for a reason. And we kept praying, and it was hard for us, and we didn't want to show her because we are her strength. If we got weak, she would also break down. So we kept it going by praying and keeping it really strong for the family, and we supported her with everything that she needed up until now, and we still hope that she will get the help that she needs so that we know she won't be normal again, but she will be able to do the things that she couldn't do and be like a normal child like the others will be. And we wish her a healthy life, and we are sure that the government of Botswana will help her according to the way she's supposed to be helped.
My name is Moremi Tebogo Motsewe. I'm Charlene's father. So she was diagnosed with a giant bone tumor when she was 16, which was hard for us and very tough, and we also got sick because of what was happening to her, and it was very tough for me as a father, feeling that your daughter can get cancer and you are struggling to sleep. But at the moment she's coping, which we're also coping, I think only by the grace of God, which she kept faith only on Him, and I think everything started to become well when we spoke to her and said she must just have to accept what happened. There's no turning back. We also give her support wherever she needs support, and it helped a lot. So with the family, we also sat them down and explained to them that if she needs any help, we must help. So at the moment, we always joking about it, and everything is fine.
When she's not busy with her cancer activism, Charlene, who is also an events management student at Limpopo University, dedicates her time to her events management and supplies company called Excellent Trades.
I want to be a business owner. Like, I don't want to I don't want to work for somebody. I don't want to work in like an office. I want to like be at home, you know. So with events management, I've already started up a little promotions company called Angel Wings. So I have a team of people that help with like mall activations, distribution of flyers and things like that. So I'm already doing what I wanted to do. But what's mostly close to my heart is this whole cancer thing. I really want to be a cancer activist. So to be the voice of the voiceless. That's like one thing that's like really close to my heart. The events management and being a successful business owner, that's just a formality because I have to make an income. But being a cancer activist is something that is really what I want to be.
Innocent Sukudu, reporting for The Voice Online.